Rings films are coming to their conclusion. We remember when it all began a decade and a half ago. Our reporter, Fiona Owen, who was working for 3 News at the time, covered the announcement of the movies, the first day of filming and the first premiere. All that excitement, possibility and trepidation. What has been the result?
I'm on Mount Victoria in Wellington, and I was here on the 11th of October 1999 when they shot the very first frame of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was the Get Off the Road scene.
Get off the road! Quick!
At that stage, Darters was still saying the trilogy was unfilmable, and we as media had no idea what a global phenomenon the films would turn out to be.
No, well, there was a good, on that recce that we did, there was quite a good swamp.
The year before, in August 1998, I was invited to Jackson's office in an old house in Miramar, and the days before he bought up Miramar real estate to expand his empire. There, Jackson and his co-producer at the time showed us a storyboard for the Fellowship of the Ring, and we were the first broadcaster in the world to announce the film project.
It's possibly the biggest film that's ever been made outside of England or Hollywood, I would imagine.
And action!
And so filming got underway. 3,000 people worked on the project. It seemed every New Zealander knew someone working on the films. The actors blended into Wellington life. Join me here in London for New Zealand's biggest film premiere ever. Then we were off to the highly anticipated first premiere. TV3 New Zealand,
Hello.
You're coming to see us next week.
Oh, New Zealand. How are you? Good to see you. Look what I brought.
What have you got there?
I got my greenstone.
New Zealand claimed it as our victory, our boy from Pukerua Bay who had proved the Tolkien purists wrong and was struggling with his first real taste of fame.
I turn up at the hotel here and there's people outside who want me to sign autographs just as I'm trying to get out of the car, and that never happens at home.
But of course, now it does. It's all changed. Back in Britain, I sought out the Tolkien purists in Oxford, visited Tolkien's house and the pub where he read Lord of the Rings to his professorial mates, who famously said to him, "Not another bloody elf." Then it was back to Wellington and back to work. We hung around location sets trying to outsmart security guards. And in 2002 was when the very first Lord of the Rings tours began. Clever Wellingtonian Jason Bragg got an old van and began Rover Tours. And Rover Tours in Wellington typifies what's happening with Tolkien tourism around the country. They started with 1 van and 1 tour guide. Now they have 13 vans and 19 tour guides. Then things went really crazy. The country stopped for the return of the King premiere in Wellington. There hasn't, never will be, a premiere like it. Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn was everywhere.
What does your heart tell you?
The day before the premiere, I interviewed Viggo here at the Old Museum, where he happened to have a photography exhibition. No one was interested in the exhibition, but a little way into our interview, he suddenly got up and walked out. The cameraman and I waited, and an hour later he returned, said nothing, we carried on. How rude. A few months later, the film was nominated for 11 Oscars. By then, media outlets had got themselves entertainment reporters, so I, as a mere feature reporter, wasn't off to Hollywood. Until the director put in a good word for me to the boss.
Send Fenna to Los Angeles. She will do a most amazing report. It will blow viewers away, and she has to go. She has to be there in person.
In LA, I tagged along with an orc to a school in the rough part of town.
The age of man is over.
Tolkien's great-grandson, Royd, was there too, talking about bloody elves.
Oh, in real life? Well, yeah, man. I reckon, yeah. There's got to be. Well, I believe in them. Both together, yeah.
Then the highlight. The American Legion, in a block around from the Kodak Theatre, heaved with 1,000 Rings fans from all over the world. When Jackson arrived, they were euphoric. These were those nose-in-the-book nerds who loved Tolkien. Jackson had affirmed them to the world.
Everybody's a Lord of the Rings fan, and you know, we've known this secret all along, and now the world knows it.
We all thought it was over for a few years. Then, with the announcement of 3 more films, Hobbit heaven once again.
Sweet lad, welcome to Inora.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, you don't speak Elvish?
No, sorry.
In 2012, before the first Hobbit premiere, I was off on a tour of Hobbiton and Matamata, although I did sort of take it over. 1, 2, 3.
In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit.
Okay, you're all in. 700,000 people have visited Hobbiton on land belonging to a farmer who'd never heard of Tolkien. But after 14 years of it, I was a bit hobbited out. And with the release of the last film, finally, it's over. This is my last Tolkien story. But somehow, I think the magic will live on, my precious.